South African activist Jacinta has responded strongly to allegations that she is being funded by various groups to campaign against illegal immigration in South Africa. In a passionate statement, Jacinta expressed frustration at what she described as constant attacks and propaganda aimed at discrediting her. She questioned why so many individuals and organizations appear determined to paint her as part of a hidden agenda. According to Jacinta, different groups have pushed different theories about who is supposedly funding her activities. Some critics have claimed she is backed by the government, while others have suggested foreign interests are involved. Jacinta dismissed these allegations, saying the accusations contradict one another and lack evidence. She also questioned why some of her strongest critics appear uncomfortable with her message that South Africans should have a greater say over issues affecting their communities. Jacinta argued that many ordinary citizens feel displaced and ignored, and that concerns about illegal immigration should not automatically be dismissed as propaganda or hatred. Her comments come at a time when immigration remains one of the most debated topics in South Africa. Supporters view her as someone giving a voice to frustrated citizens, while opponents accuse her movement of fueling division and targeting vulnerable people. Despite the criticism, Jacinta appears determined to continue speaking out. She insists that her campaign is driven by ordinary South Africans and not by secret sponsors or political backers. As the debate continues, one thing is clear: Jacinta remains one of the most talked about figures in the country's immigration discussion, and her latest comments are likely to spark even more reactions in the days ahead. What do you think? Are the accusations against Jacinta fair, or is she being unfairly targeted for expressing her views? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Now watch full video.
I've been thinking about the March and March stuff. I've been getting a lot of ridicule from the videos that I put out. And so basically, people are saying that I'm not backing it, I must get with them. Listen, I understand it. And if there's illegal people in the country, then they must go. That is the bottom line. They must go. The thing is, there is people that are here with papers, people here on business. There's people that are conducting authentic business, and they're getting chased away as well, and it's ruining the economy in certain places. The other thing is, you're telling people to pack up and go, all right? Through Maritzburg the other day, they were running around beating people up. There were 4 people that died. They beat a whole bunch of oaks up in the street. They took everything from them. Most of those people, I think there was 3,000 people or something that they were talking about. I don't know how many went into shelters, but the shelters in Maritzburg were full over the weekend, all with different foreigners, Zimbabwean, Malawi, and whatever. These people had nothing left. Everything was taken from them. So they lost their wallets, they lost their food, they lost everything. Well, the clothes that they were wearing is what they had left. Now you're telling that person he must go back to Malawi, go back to Zimbabwe. He needs about 2,000 or 3,000 rand if he's going to get on a bus. All right. Now he's got nothing. They've taken everything from him. So where the hell does he get that? If he's going to fly, it's going to cost about 5 grand. All right. So he's got no passport now. He's got no ID, nothing. You've taken everything. Well, the people that attacked him. I just feel there's a little bit of stupidity involved here that we need to think about a little bit. And I'm a little bit disappointed in the way people are acting at the moment. We've got this little girl, Jacinta, telling a whole nation what to do. She's calling the shots, this young little lady. And they're not really thinking about things properly. We need... The core root of the problem here is not the foreigners. It's the problem with our borders. It's a problem with corruption in our government, and with all the officials at the border posts, at the Home Affairs offices that are selling IDs and visas and all sorts to these immigrants. We've got internal problems that need to be sorted out. Now we're closing the doors and we're locking. We're kicking everyone out, so the doors are broken. If you know what I'm saying. So we kick everyone out, and in a month or two's time, everyone starts coming back because we've got no borders up, we've got no fences anywhere. So now everyone's back again. Now we're back in the same boat. We're going to fight them again. Are we going to kick them all out again? And are we going to... I find it a little bit... There's no thought into this. There's no depth. So maybe we should take all that authority that this young girl has got and just say, listen, let's pull your neck in a bit, girl. Yeah, she's got quite a mouth on her. Yeah, there's two blokes with her, but I mean, they don't even register. So obviously she cracks the whip, she wears the pants. Isn't there someone here in this country that can take charge? Our government's flipping spineless. Our president's spineless. I'm listening to Gates and McKenzie say that no, they're gonna act on the 30th. The government's gonna act, so don't go to the march. But are they? They haven't said anything about acting or doing anything. Now they say they're gonna do something. We don't see any. There's no cops being mobilized. There's no military. Nothing. You saw the crowds. You see how many people there are. How do you control those people if you don't have proper planning? The planning should be done now. We're a couple of days away. What are we now? 7 days from it. Anyway, it's going to be interesting. I also want to know what's going to happen afterwards. What's going to happen with international relations? You know, we do trade with these people, these countries, all the way up, right through Africa. We're stuffing up all our relations for business. I don't know. I don't think that they've thought any of this through. I don't think after the 30th, do we turn on somebody else now? Who do we shift the blame to? Shouldn't we be going to the source of the problem instead of just picking things? Listen to people talk the other day. So now next they're going to go attack all the paras in town, all the flipping Wonga boys. And I think, where are you going to take them to? What are you going to do with them? Yeah, have you thought about that? Do you know where they're going to go? You're just going to relocate them. They're going to cause cuck wherever they go again. There's no thought put into this at all. We need educated people making these decisions, not little schoolgirls. Go on.
Eastern Cape Police Commissioner, LT General Vuisile Nkata, has confirmed that police have significantly increased security measures across the province ahead of the demonstrations. According to Nakata, additional police officers will be deployed to nearly 20 identified hotspots, where authorities expect possible gatherings, protests, or unrest. The police say their main goal is to ensure public safety, protect property, and prevent any acts of violence during the planned protests. While South Africans have the constitutional right to protest peacefully, law enforcement officials are warning that criminal behavior, intimidation, and attacks on individuals will not be tolerated. The issue of illegal immigration has become a major topic of debate in South Africa, with many citizens expressing concerns about crime, unemployment, pressure on public services, and border security. These frustrations have fueled calls for stronger action against undocumented foreigners. However, community leaders and human rights groups have urged protesters to remain peaceful and avoid targeting innocent people based on nationality. They warn that violence could worsen tensions and damage communities. As June 30th approaches, all eyes will be on how the protests unfold across the country. The increased police presence in the Eastern Cape shows that authorities are taking the situation seriously and are preparing for any possible outcome. What do you think about the planned protests and the government's response? Now watch the video.
Indeed, we are working very closely with the communities and we really appreciate the continuous information that is shared with us as the police by the communities. So those who are really concerned, either not necessarily the foreigners, but the South Africans who keep on calling us, informing us the areas where we must also check because of people who are beginning to mobilize themselves. Yes, Kukompo in California and the northern areas, not only northern areas, but areas such as New Brighton, we were doing what we call intelligence-led operations, and where we are being fed with the information or intelligence, and so that we can be proactive. And we are not saying we're going to clamp down on the protesters. No, that's not what we're saying, because we take cognizance of the fact that they have a constitutional right to protest. But what we are not going to allow is when the protests are not peaceful, where other people are intimidated, are harassed, and the police will be there and not fighting. We're not there to fight, but the police will be there and to control the crowds and also ensure that no violence or no intimidation is meted by the protesters.
Yeah. General, I'm glad you mentioned the protesters and how they ought to conduct themselves on the day of the protest action. There has been lots that's been said by the acting Minister of Police about the carrying of weapons. In fact, no weapons should be carried on that day. What is your message, firstly, on the conduct of the people that will be participating in these marches, but also, importantly, the kind of weapons, whether it be sticks or nopgiris, whatever it is that they'll be carrying? Is the Eastern Cape going to allow for those?
Yeah, we're not going to allow protesters to carry weapons that we also see may harm or hurt people. And I think they are not going to march or they are not organizing marches where they know they are going to be violent. So we're not going to allow, and it's not because it's us who don't want, because of the law, the Gatherings Act does not allow that for people to carry weapons or either the sticks, because it's like you are going there to fight, you're going to intimidate people. I think we've seen on TV in other parts of the area where people were either shambled or beaten with sticks, etc. No, in the Eastern Cape, we are not going to do that, and we'll be there as the leadership of SAPS, as the police will be there, will engage the marchers. And in fact, even now, towards the 30th, we will continue trying to find a platform so that we can engage and agree on how things are going to take place. I think that is very, very important, because we're respecting that they've got the rights and no one should infringe them of their rights, but also at the same time, they must take cognizance of the fact that we demand peaceful marches and no one should really be intimidated. But the police will be there. We will do as much as possible to cover the entire province, because I think we've already read that we are going to add more resources, more police, so that our people also don't.
The repatriation of Malawian nationals in Durban is continuing as authorities work to assist those who have chosen to return home voluntarily. The group was relocated to the drive-in site in Durban Central, where arrangements are being made to support their journey back to Malawi. While officials have confirmed that the process is ongoing, it remains unclear exactly how many people are still waiting for assistance before they can leave South Africa. The situation has attracted significant attention as discussions around immigration, documentation, and border control continue across the country. Authorities say the repatriation process is being conducted in an orderly manner, with efforts focused on ensuring that those who wish to return home receive the necessary support. At the drive-in site, officials and humanitarian workers have been coordinating transport, documentation, and other essential services. However, questions remain about the number of individuals still awaiting relocation and how long the process will take to complete. The developments come at a time when immigration issues are dominating public debate in South Africa, with many communities calling for stronger enforcement of immigration laws, while others stress the importance of protecting human rights and treating all affected individuals with dignity. For now, the focus remains on completing the voluntary repatriation process and ensuring that those returning to Malawi can do so safely and efficiently. What are your thoughts on this developing situation? Share your views in the comments section. Now watch full video.
Welcome back. The repatriation of Malawian nationals in Durban is continuing after they were moved to the drive-in site in Durban Central. It is unclear just how many of them still need assistance with their return home. Siletiwe Ndlovu joins us now live from that location with the latest. When we spoke to you earlier, Siletiwe, you said it looked like the numbers were still increasing.
Absolutely, Michelle. In fact, Sibongiseni Hlanguza is just going to show you now that the numbers are indeed increasing. So in the morning when we spoke, you would have seen that the crowd of people that were gathered here were just up to this point, in fact, by this Coca-Cola stand. But now we're seeing that the queues or the crowd has increased, going all the way up, almost now to Suncoast Casino, just before that circular intersection. intersection sign. So one can definitely say that we are seeing numbers this side continue to increase. Of course, once again, as you've rightfully indicated, officials do state that the biggest worry that they have is that numbers are increasing, which does make it, of course, quite hard for them to actually give us that number in terms of how many people we have this side. A lot of them coming from different areas that are outside Durban, others coming from areas that are inside Durban. You're looking at places such as Chatsworth, but other people indicating that they're coming all the way from Pietermaritzburg. I'm just going to try and bring in, Michelle, two of our guests that are going to speak to us now. If you could just kindly come forward. Thank you very much for your time. I think let me just start off by speaking to you, Frederick. Where do you come from and when did you arrive here?
Oh, I came from Kenville. I arrived yesterday. Yeah.
Just talk to us about why you have chosen to come here. I think initially, earlier on, you had said you're coming here for the bus.
Yeah, actually, it's all about safety. Yeah, because right now, if you look at everybody here, most of people, they got no jobs. They've been chased away from jobs. Even the place to stay too. It doesn't have a place to stay. So for us, like in someone's country, it is hard for you to survive. Yeah.
Would you say that, and this is what you mentioned earlier, but would you say that some people are here for the free bus ticket?
Yeah, it is like that there. But also, most of them, it's not like they got no money. But the thing is, we can't be allowed as of now to get a bus tickets, all those stuff there. Because if you do it like now, we're going to get all those stuff there next month. So these people, they gave us like on 30. That's why we're here, for a safety.
So you're saying that if you book a bus ticket now, you're only going to be able to take that bus home when?
Next month.
Which is why you're here now, because these buses are free.
Yeah, actually.
I'll just leave that conversation then. Maybe just come to you, James. Thank you very much for your time. Just speak to us about why you are here.
Okay, same what this man said.
Where do you come from?
Yesterday.
Where? Which area?
Kenville. Yes.
Let's just leave that conversation there for now, Michelle. But as you heard from that conversation, two gentlemen here stating that they come from Kenville. An indication also coming from my first guest stating that, of course, some people do have money to go home, but they fear that if they don't use this option where they are then being repatriated, they might only go home sometime next month.
Betty Wendlow is on the scene to us there as we continue to monitor that story.